We took on Big Pharma, and we won. Now, and that was on top of the American Rescue Act, which put shots in people's arms and put kids in schools and put people in homes and kept businesses afloat. No Republican support. Now, they took the dough. They voted no, but they took the dough. U.S. infrastructure bill, investments in roads and bridges and transportation and broadband, and very little Republican support. But we are smart, and we will remember in November. We've come a long way, but we've got a long way to go. Thomas Jefferson once said that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. So for every victory, we had to fight to keep it. Senators north of us in Wisconsin, his name is Johnson. We're going to beat him with a brother named Mandela Barr. He's going to be our next senator. He's asking Congress to authorize. He's asking for a bill that will call for Congress to authorize funding for Medicare and Social Security on an annual basis. What is it about these Republicans that they don't understand constitutional protections? Well, we had Social Security and privatization. We beat them one time on Social Security privatization, and we'll do it again if we have to. We beat back the force that tried to guarantee pensions. We did it again. We'll do it again if we have to. We have made great progress. But in Illinois, we need to figure out a way to fight to protect those vital programs and rights and goals. So the Illinois Supreme Court here in Illinois remains the wall of defense to prevent the rights of those, and I'm talking about voting rights and workers' rights and LGBTQ rights, are one Supreme Court seat away from being overturned. We have 2 seats up for election. Citizen Action Illinois has got a program called Protect Our Courts, and it's a 2-step program. Number 1 is a grassroots program where we are literally going out into the 2nd and 3rd district of Illinois. The 2nd district includes DeKalb, Lake, Kane, Kendall, and McHenry counties. The 3rd district is Bureau, DuPage, Grundy, Kankakee, and Will counties. If you know anybody, you don't have to be in those districts in order to influence elections. If you know some people that live in there, we're undertaking a broad range of activities to inform voters, including research and the distribution of education about our rights at stake, educating the members of the participating organizations, and direct voter contact. This campaign is also joined by an outstanding group of civic leaders, legal experts, and public officials. It should come to no surprise that one of the members of our leadership council is a woman all the way from Washington, D.C. Heather Booth is a member of our Citizen Action Illinois Leadership Council. Betty Magnus is one of the co-chairs. And so the Leadership Council does op-eds and letters to the editors and advertising. Mike Zeri with Equality Illinois just recently did a great news shot and got in the newspaper about how Illinois LGBTQ rights are at risk. Environmental rights, we had letters printed about that. We had some doctors stand with Terry Cosgrove with Personal PAC and talking about reproductive rights at risk. This week, Betty and I will be standing with Reverend Jackson talking about voting rights at risk. And if you pick up the Sun-Times tomorrow, they have editorialized me and Julie Hamos and a woman named Kathleen Sanchez with gun control. We had an editorial board meeting. They won't endorse anymore, but they are editorializing and saying that we should be voting for the Illinois Supreme Court justices. Give our Citizen Action a hand for the work that we are doing. Now, lastly, 50 years of constitutional protections for a woman's right to an abortion. Wiped out overnight. A right that my daughters enjoy, but a right that right now my granddaughters won't enjoy. Martin Luther King once said that we are all caught up in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied to a single garment of destiny. What affects one of us directly affects all of us indirectly. And make no mistake, once you start pulling at the woman's right for an abortion thread, the quilt becomes frayed. And then it's easier to pull on the the voting rights thread. And then it's easier to pull on the workers' rights thread. And it's easier to pull on the civil rights thread and the consumer rights thread and the LGBTQ rights thread and the immigrant rights thread. And then we have no more quilt. If we are united and our message is clear and we get our vote out, we can win and we deserve to win. Paul Wellstone, the late Senator Paul Wellstone, I think this Monday we'll be celebrating a commemoration of the day that he died in a tragic plane crash. He once said that politics is not about power. Politics is not about money. Politics is not about winning for winning's sake. Politics is the improvement of people's lives. So if we are going to move to a more just Illinois, a more just America, we must win over the hearts and minds of the people. And this is bigger than partisan politics or scoring political points. This is a battle for the soul of our nation. And whether we reduce this battle to how much money I made in the last 5 minutes and how much I can make in the next 5, I got mine and you get yours, or whether we will affirm the basic American idea that yes, we are responsible for ourselves, but we are also responsible for each other. I am my sister's keeper. I am my brother's keeper. And so we're going to organize and overcome America's mistrust of government. You must firmly believe, my brothers and sisters, in your ability to organize for change, to organize for power, and to organize for democracy. Stop it feeding into people's cynicism about your ability to serve people. Stop feeding into people's cynicism about the government's ability to serve people. A little cynicism, especially in this political climate, is very healthy. But too much cynicism kills the spirits and kills people's hopes. We are aggressive progressives. We know what to do. We are going to fight back. We are going to be in the streets. We're going to be on the doors. We need citizen action from you more than ever. And no fair weather friends need apply. Summer soldiers and sunshine patriots, we need not apply. These are the times that try men and women's souls, and the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. So are you all ready to fight? Yeah! I'm about to hear y'all. Y'all got to make me believe you after a while. Y'all ready to fight? Yeah! That means that we better suit up and put on the whole armor, and we are in this for the long haul. I know times are tough, but you all are tough. We've been through tough times before. And we want to be just like the lyrics of The Impossible Dream. We want people who are willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. Let's turn our anger into action. Let's turn our pain into purpose. And let's turn our agonizing into organizing. We're one community. Not just a random aggregation of people who happen to live in the same borders. We are a community because we have common experiences and common needs. And the commonality means that justice for all is not just morally good, but it's in all of our self-interest. We need leadership based on with a moral vision based upon the progressive values that seek to make life better for all in our community. Where do we get such a leader? We have one in Heather Booth. Heather, we look forward to working with you as your soldiers and making America closer to the progressive promise. Y'all ready for some good news? Yes. Here's the good news. Gandhi once said, first they laugh at you, then they fight you. No, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Now, the good news is, ain't that good news? Too many progressives want to go from the first 2 steps and don't get past the fighting part. Let me tell you. Frederick Douglass said it. Power concedes nothing without demand, never has, never will. Never will. So my progressives, let's suit up. Let's suit up for the battle. And whatever you do, why don't you do me a favor and turn off that TV. I am sick and tired of these pundits and these pontificators and these pollsters. We are not going to be concerned about the margin of error. We're going to be more concerned about our margin of effort. We are in it to win it. They can only win if they divide us. black against white, citizens against immigrants, taxpayers against public employees, educators against social service providers, straight against gay, Chicago against the rest of the state, seniors against young people, Christians against Muslims, the poor against the middle class, the disabled versus the non-disabled, the urban versus the rural. That's cruel, that's cynical, and that's divisive. Heather, we are standing in between the young voices of change and our ancestors. And we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. And so we are thankful for strong legs and sturdy wheelchairs and strong canes that allow us to further the journey. We're also thankful for strong minds that break strong chains. But in between the ancestors and we standing in the middle, we're called the elders, we have some young, progressive people who are voices of change and who are ready to take their rightful place in the future. Voices like April, voices like Anusha, voices like Babatunde, voices like Carmen. These young people are ready to take our place if we are willing to mentor them, and we will. Because we've got 3 things that they can learn. Betty? Brother, we got, number 1, we've got vision. We've seen some things. We've got a little wisdom. We know some things. And we got resilience. We've been through some things. And so we'll share those with you. And guess what? When we get that to you, you all are getting ready to take us to places we never dreamed about. Because you all have the enthusiasm. You all have the knowledge about some things. I'm an old school brother in a new school world. You're going to take us on to the next level. And I'm so looking forward to you all's leadership. Finally, I was brought up Baptist. I closed more than one, but this is my final close. Y'all do me a favor and say, I'm in it to win it. You know, I'm not sure. Y'all really in it to win it? Say, I'm in it to win it. One more time, I'm in it to win it. The reason I want y'all to do that is because, you know, the most pitiful thing I've ever seen is a people all suited up for battle with no expectation that they can win. However, I believe that we need to fight just as hard as the other side fights against us. Well, you know, it doesn't matter if we win or lose as long as we fight the good and noble fight. But damn that! Damn that! I'm glad Tammy Duckworth is standing in this place. Can y'all still hear me? Damn that, we want to win. And let me tell you why. This ain't about some self-aggrandizing will to win. I don't even think. This ain't about some self-aggrandizing will to win. I actually do need to pay. Thank you, son. Of course, I feel that you give the speech. This ain't about some self-aggrandizing will to win. You know, the people that we serve, they need somebody to fight just as hard as they do on our side. And so what that means is that they're working from can't see in the morning to can't see at night. They're watching their jobs go overseas. They're watching their corporate profits shrink. They're watching their income go down and inflation go up. And so we need people to work just as hard for them as the other side does. And besides, you can win and you can be noble too. Finally, there was a woman that fell in a hole one time, and it reminds me of the time right now we're in because the abortion rights have taken away many women's rights, and there's been a lot of pain all around. I told a story about the woman who fell in the hole, and she fell so deep that nobody could find her, and nobody could come and get her out. So finally one of the elders came and saw her, and they jumped in the hole. And the woman said, "Why did you jump down here with me?" And she looked at the woman and said, "It's okay. I've been here before. I know the way out. So my brothers and sisters, let us take our experience and let us lead, comfort the people in the home, and lead them on to the way out. Ladies and gentlemen, before I go any further, let me do me a favor and welcome our keynote. Oh, she's not ready? We're getting mixed signals here. You want to do that first? Yeah. Okay.
Filibuster.
You know what? It's funny because when Tammy people came in and said, "Would you do us a favor and put some bricks or something on the podium?"